So red section, page 97. Okay, here we go. So yesterday, sorry, I need my pen. Yesterday, we started talking about multiplication, right? And we talked about how there's two factors. That's your numbers. Your first number is the number of groups. Your second number is how many in each group. And your final answer is the product. Today, we're going to talk about ways you can model or show multiplication. Okay? So the first thing on here, it says, show what the expression 4 times 5 means using equal groups. So somebody tell me, if my equation is 4 times 5, how many groups do I have? Taylani, how many groups?
4.
4 groups. So you can choose how you want to draw it, but you need to draw 4 groups. So I'm going to draw 4 circles. Okay, you could draw squares, you could draw hearts, you could draw rectangles. Somehow make 4 groups. And then somebody tell me how many things are in each group. So looking at our equation, 4 times 5, Marcelo, how many are in each group?
5.
5. Okay, so now in your groups, draw 5. So I'm going to draw dots. Okay, so I have 4 groups with 5 in each group. I'll give you a minute to do that. Okay, so you should have 4 groups with 5 in each group, okay? Next it says use words to describe your drawing of 4 times 5, okay? So a little trick, your multiplication sign, your X, is the same as the word up. So with words, we're gonna say 4 groups of 5. That's how we would use words. 4 groups of 5. And then I saw some of you telling me in the chat that you found the product. You found the answer. Okay? Some of you know what 4 times 5 is. Some of you don't. So if you're not sure, all you need to do is count your total of dots, right? So if I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You would find that 4 times 5 is 20. And we found that by drawing our multiplication out, by using a model. This is an equal group model. I made 4 groups of 5. Okay. Do we have any questions about drawing an equal group? Good. You guys look like you get that part. So the important thing to know, first number, how many groups? Second number, how many in each group? Okay, that's important to know. Groups, how many in each group? Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you is an array. Okay. An array, so I'm going to show you a little chart here. Okay. An array is using the same thing, but it's showing equal rows and columns. So the first number, instead of the number of groups, it's the number of rows. And when you think of a row, I know it's maybe been a while since you've been to one, but think about if you've ever been to the movies. When you go to the movies, you sit in rows. So rows go across, right? So we'd have 3 going across. So when you're drawing an array, you'd start with these and you'd do 3 because that's the number of rows. Your second number is the number of columns. Columns go up and down. Think about, I don't know if you guys would have known this, but if you've ever seen like a fancy building, so think about if you've been to, I'm trying to think if the state capitol has it. So columns are kind of like those big pillars you see. They call those columns because they go up and down, okay? So rows go across like a movie theater, columns go up and down, okay? So if I were to take this question here, we're gonna do 4 and 5. So the first one are the rows, right? First number is a row. So to draw an array, I'm gonna draw 4, 2, 3, 4. That's my 4 rows because I know I'm gonna do 4 across, okay? 5 is my number of columns. Now you count this first circle, okay? This is already 1 column. So I need to get 5. So I have 1, I'm gonna go 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys should be drawing this on your paper. So I know how many rows now, right? I know how many columns now. Now I need to fill in the rest. So I'm gonna complete my columns and my rows. So I have 4 going down. You could do it this way, or if it's easier, you can fill out your rows. Okay, whichever one works for you, but you need to make sure, this is something really important. You need to make sure they all line up, right? Okay, you wouldn't need to draw these lines, but you need to make sure that they line up, okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. This one's a little bit trickier than equal groups. We're gonna practice all of these, okay? These are just 2 of the models that you could see, okay? Just like we did up here, use words to describe the array. So I'm gonna say 4 rows, okay, of 5. 4 rows of 5. Okay, and then the same thing, you'd count your dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You got 20. Okay, I know some of you are still drawing. I want to see with your thumb, just like we did earlier. Do you so far, I know we just learned them, prefer equal groups or an array? What seems to be kind of working for your brain? Some of you are saying both in the chat. That's good. If you're not sure, you can put a thumb to the side. Seeing a couple. Good. Good. Seeing some people in there. Good. I'm really happy to see some of you saying both. That's awesome.